Hey everyone. So, November 21st is shaping up to be a big day for WoW Classic fans. Blizzard has given us not one, but two fresh starts: Classic Fresh and Hardcore Anniversary Realms. Think of it as the WoW Classic version of New Year's resolutions. Everyone starts with big plans, and we're going to see who actually sticks with them. Breaking it down then, Classic Fresh is launching with three realms: PvP, PvE, and Hardcore. Each realm is time-limited buffet of nostalgia, designed to keep population high and communities busy. No empty zones here. I would, though, expect queues, like, grab a snack and maybe a meal kind of queues. Now, here is where things get interesting. Classic Fresh PvP and PvE realms are going to progress into Burning Crusade Classic once they've cycled through the phases of vanilla. So that means you can actually step through the Dark Portal again, but you've got to survive the Azeroth 1 to 60 first. On the other hand, Hardcore is focusing on the 1 to 60. There's no progression to Burning Crusades because, let's face it, surviving Hardcore in Outland does sound like a nightmare. Plus, a Hardcore's charm is really in its forgiving one mistake and you're toast gameplay. So, right out of the gate, the question is, do you want a steady marathon with Classic Fresh or a high stakes sprint with Hardcore? Both of these sound fun, just depends on how much stress you're looking for. So let's dive into Hardcore, where every moment feels like you're walking on a tightrope over molten lava, juggling fire swords. This mode is not for the faint-hearted. One bad pull, one lag spike, or one very unfortunate murloc, and it is game over forever. Well, at least until you go again. Hardcore is all about the journey. Forgetting battlegrounds or fancy Burning Crusade progression, you won't find any of that here. Instead, you'll find yourself carefully planning every step, questioning every decision, and if you're like me, regretting that time you decided to just see what's inside that cave. Spoiler, it's death. Death is inside that cave. Now, what makes Hardcore truly unique is the community. There's a real sense of camaraderie. Everyone understands the stakes, and players band together to survive because in Hardcore, it's not just your life on the line, it's your entire weekend's worth of progress. Self found mode adds an extra layer of challenge where you can't trade, can't use the auction house, or even accept most mail. It's like being the ultimate lone wolf, but with group hugs at every campfire, because really, we all need them. There's also a little something extra for the daring: Magora, the jewel to the death. If your hardcore journey wasn't stressful enough, you can challenge another player to a permanent showdown. Nothing says good luck, have fun like a friendly reminder that someone else out there actively wants to end your journey for good. Hardcore isn't for everyone. It's brutal, unforgiving, and can be downright soul crushing. But for those who love a challenge, or just the thrill, it's one of the most rewarding experiences WoW Classic has to offer. Just, maybe don't get too attached to your character. Another point to consider here is that the hardcore realm is linked to the PvE realm, as in you can transfer from hardcore to PvE when you want to, although you can't transfer back, of course. This differs slightly from the current hardcore where you only transfer upon death. So if you were considering playing fresh PvE, you are good to start on hardcore and then transfer over. We still though don't know what, if anything, you would be allowed to take with you. Gold making on hardcore is pretty fun, but if you were to have your entire economy regularly pillaged for the PvE realm, that could feel pretty dodgy. Now, if hardcore is all about surviving the harsh challenge, Classic Fresh on the PvP server is about diving headfirst into chaos and hopefully loving it. The PvP realm is tailor made for the junkies, the strategics, and let's be honest, the people who just love to gang. On Classic Fresh PvP realms, the stakes are still high, but in a very different way. Here it's not just about dodging mobs, it's about your fellow players. You're always going to be looking over your shoulder because the second you stop, well, let's just say that rogue behind you didn't follow you to wish you a good day. What makes Classic Fresh PvP even more exciting is the promise of progression. This isn't a one and done experience, it's a journey that starts in vanilla and eventually leads to the Burning Crusade. And then, fingers crossed, we're off to Wrath. You'll be leveling, raiding, and fighting your way through the expansions. It's like signing up for a marathon where people occasionally just throw water bottles and fireballs at you along the way. One of the standout features here is going to be the faction balance as per Season of Discovery. So Blizzard are enforcing the strict limits to keep Horde and Alliance numbers even. Now, if you haven't played the Season of Discovery, the PvP realms, the faction balance there actually was really, really good and it stayed pretty strong. Unfortunately, you will reach a point where maybe one faction is more into the PvP than the other, but if you are tired of being outnumbered, then this could be your perfect fresh start. And of course, let's not forget the economy. GTKPs we know are going to be banned. Personally, I actually quite liked GTKPs, but I can see why overall it's kind of good for the economy. And yep, even though I do like them myself personally, I definitely can see that the majority of players do seem to dislike them now, so I guess it was a good choice. So professions are going to play a huge role if you're looking to make your mark or your fortune. This realm really is your chance. Now, I'm going to be diving into gold making strategies here in future videos, so please do make sure you subscribe for those tips. Ultimately though, Classic Fresh PvP realm is going to be full of competitive players. It's fast-paced, dynamic, and it's going to be full of opportunities to prove yourself. Whether you're a die-hard PvPer or just love the grind, this realm promises plenty of action. So we've taken a close look then at hardcore and we've looked at the Classic Fresh PvP. Now, if I'm honest, I'm lumping the PvE realm in with hardcore because I know that you can transfer from hardcore to PvE. So, which one really is right for you? Well, that all depends on your playstyle, your goals, and honestly, how much stress you can handle before you rage quit. Hardcore's for those who love stakes and intense focus. It's about the journey, the thrill, the pure satisfaction of knowing that every level was hard earned. But also, it's not necessarily for the faint of heart or anyone with a bad internet connection, let's be real. On the flip side, though, the Classic Fresh PvP, all about the action, the competition, and the long term grind. You're signing up for big battles, faction wars, and the chance to really carve out your legacy as the realm progresses through the expansions. Plus, if you're into crafting and gold making, this is going to be where you shine. So, how do you choose? If you love the idea of living on the edge and celebrating every victory, hardcore is your calling. But at the end of the day, there's no wrong choice, just two wildly different adventures waiting for you. Personally, I think both realms offer something really cool, and I'm going to be into the Classic Fresh PvP realm first to really make a start. But don't worry, I'll be keeping my eye on hardcore too, just in case I want to add some extra stress into my life. So, which realm are you choosing? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what's drawing you in and why. And if you're still undecided, stick around because I'll be dropping some more guides, tips, and maybe a mistake or two from my own adventures. So if you enjoyed today's video, found it helpful, then please do take a minute to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. Thanks a lot for watching today. Bye!